Yo, what's good, people? It's Wesey from niksquared.com, and we're sitting here with Cashtastic right now, the Bigga fish. What's good, Cash?
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? So yeah, man, your performance was real big, man. Like, the crowd showed you a lot of love. I mean, how did this all come about?
It's crazy. Like, this is my third time performing for Bigga Fish. Like, I've done a tour with them, and I've performed a few times with them. But this time it was special for me because I've grown as an artist, and I'm glad that Bigga Fish has seen that, and the crowd they portrayed a different kind of love for me, man, and I loved it. It was crazy.
I bet out of the 3 years you've been here, I bet the love has got bigger and bigger for you, bro.
Bigger, trust me. We're in the Proud 2 now. I remember when we first started, it wasn't even in like when we done the London show, it was in Camden. So we're in the O2 now. It's crazy. Like, even if you watch footage and you hear everything about it, it won't describe the feeling unless you was in the building. Like, it's crazy, man. Trust me.
Definitely. I mean, your stage presence, you had the whole crowd in the palm of your hand, mate. Like, they begging to every word. I mean, it is quite unique for an artist to have the crowd react in that way. I mean, is there a certain way you go about it, or?
It's literally just me. On a normal day, I'm a confident and I wouldn't say I'm a loud and boisterous person all the time, but when it comes to performance time, I like to work a crowd. I see performances and I see artists, they'll have their hoodie on or their shades on, and it's like they're in their own zone, do you know what I mean? And they don't interact with the crowd enough. So when I see performances like that, I always think I don't want anyone to sit on their laptop or anything and be talking about me like that. So when I go out there, I got to just create a madness, and I done it tonight, man. Thank God. Cool.
Yeah, don't you worry, we won't be talking like that about you, bro. Trust me. But with like your music at the moment, man, your music's reaching new levels. I mean, one track from you in particular that really stood out for me was Conversations with Cash. I mean, I called you I Love Live a few weeks ago, and the first time I heard that song, and that really stood out for me, man. I mean, what's the story behind the Conversations with Cash track?
Conversation with Cash, it was on my mixtape, A Little Bit Cash, that I put out in December. But literally, like, the whole track is just literally what's happened. Like, there was this guy in my school. We was never friends like that. He was just in my class. But all of a sudden, just because I'm doing music, he's just making it seem like we was mad cool. Like, he tweeted me and saying, "Yeah, you've changed. You don't even holler at me no more." I'm thinking, I've never had your number in my life. Do you know what I mean? And that was the first verse. The second verse was literally a girl that I was onto before, and now she's just onto me. And I was just saying, like, it's long, because if I wasn't doing music, then I wouldn't be in your memory bank. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd completely forget that I exist. So that song was just me showing what's going on in my life at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I mean, we can all relate to what you're saying. Definitely. So you said obviously the mixtape came out in December, A Little Bit of Cash, that did its thing, man. It go around the circuits. Is there anything else coming up for you now, like albums, mixtapes?
We're just working on a load of new materials at the moment. Literally on Grime Daily Friday, my DJ Kenny, he's compiled a Best of Cash CD with literally every single one of not even every single. We've got like over 60 of my best verses from when I first started rapping. So for people that didn't get the whole story, if they think I've always made music like the way I do now, if they get that CD, they'll see the whole transition that I've made, and I think it's good, man. So you could definitely go download that for free on Grime Daily. And working on a new single, Running. Well, I've done it already. It's literally, by the time this goes out, the campaign would have started for it. So listen out for Running, the whole Olympic theme going on at the moment. So yeah, man.
So you're like, your mixtape then, it's a back catalogue. It shows your progression as an artist then, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Obviously, your most recent single that we've obviously heard is Swagga Don with Stylo G and Delerious. I mean, how did that come about? I mean, Delerious, a heavy producer, obviously Stylo, it's got that real unique vibe to him. So how did that one all come about? And what are you looking to put a video out to that?
Do you know what? We the whole story behind the Swagga Don, every year me and Stylo always have a summer anthem, but it's literally, last year, what we done was we covered the Movado and Chipmunk Every Girl song. And this year we was just saying, like, we got to give them something again, but on our own kind of vibes. And Delerious was the man. I went to a load of different studios, but none of them had the sound that could complement me and Stylo at the same time. And we got that from Delerious. So it's crazy, man. The radios are loving it, and it's going crazy. We've shot a bit of the video at Stylo's birthday the other day, so you should see a video come out very soon.
Now, Stylo G is definitely the guy you want on a summer tune.
Yeah,
definitely the guy you want on there. Alright, man, just want your final thoughts on something. What's your thoughts on the UK hip hop scene? Like, your final thoughts?
I think it's healthy at the moment. I always hear artists do interviews and say, I don't listen to no one, so I wouldn't know. Like, the game's fake. Why is the game fake? Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it as, like, even being in the O2 where we are now, doing urban music as they like to class it. I don't like to class it as urban music, I just like to class it as music, but doing urban music, we weren't even allowed to go into certain places, so the progression that the whole game's made is crazy. Everyone's doing their thing, and you know what, like, I still think there is still room for improvement, because if you look in America, everyone, like, they're kind of cool when everyone gels together and does these collabs and all of that. I think over here, we still haven't got to that point yet, but as we get bigger and grow into the UK rap game, I think we're gonna get like that, and once it gets like that, there's no stopping us, man, trust me.
We can learn a lot from the US right now.
Definitely
learn a lot. The whole uni, the whole Maybach music, Young Money.
That's what I'm
they all show so much love to each other, man.
You'd think it's one big family. Over here, everyone just looks at everything as competition. One thing with me, like, I'm a winner innit. I don't compete with people. Like, I like to see people shine. A lot of people would see someone shining and feel threatened by that. If someone's shining, that just makes it even better for me, because I'm in your industry, do you know what I mean? So I think it's all good, man. It's all good.
It's wicked, man. I mean, we always love to see Cashtastic shine. Always love that. Always love that.
Swagga Don. Anywhere we go, they gotta turn the cameras on. Anywhere we go, they gotta turn the cameras on, because we had a Swagga Don. On 100, someone turn on the camera. I was gone for a minute, now I return with a banger. Looking down on position.
You already know Cashtastic just finished the interview. Shouts out to niksquared.com. Make sure you go in there, subscribe to all of the channels, follow them. It's crazy.